Hi everyone, Kelly Mahler, occupational therapist, and I want to take the time to talk about interoception and trauma and why interoception is a must. It is a vital consideration when supporting clients that have a history of trauma. What we know from emerging research and literature is that the interoceptive system is impacted by trauma. A person's interoception experience is derailed as a result of trauma, whether that's early life trauma or perhaps even an acute trauma as an adult. Either way, this trauma is impacting the body and our interoceptive experience. For example, for some people that have a history of trauma, they report that they are completely dissociated from their body sensations. Their body sensations are too small, they're unreliable, they're missing out on really important clues, letting them know exactly how they are feeling, which in turn makes it really hard to manage the way that you feel. If you are not clearly aware and noticing how your body is feeling, you're missing out on vital clues to help you to be able to regulate those feelings. On the other hand, we know that for some people that experience trauma, they also report body signals that can be too big. And for them, their inner experience is very intense, it's overwhelming. They feel a lot of different things happening on the inside of their body at once. It's all encompassing. And so that makes it very hard to be able to manage the way that you feel as well, because your inner experience is so overwhelming. It really still is not providing very valuable clues to exactly how your body is feeling and what your body needs in order to feel comfortable and regulated. And we know that, lots of people can have a mix of sometimes their body signals are too small and sometimes they can be too big. But any way you look at it, the trauma is disrupting the interoception experience and causing difficulty with caring for your body's needs and caring for your emotional needs and living a life where you feel comfortable and regulated. And because interoception is so impacted by trauma, it becomes a vital consideration in the supports that we are providing. And what we see so often are professionals that are trying so hard to provide really meaningful supports to their clients, but they are really shooting way too high with their approach. They're using lots of cognitive-based work, and they're missing the entire body piece, and they're missing the whole interoception piece. If you're not clearly aware of how your body is feeling, you are not going to be able to be regulated and at a place where cognitive strategies make sense to your neurology. And so what we do to try our very best to meet each client where they are at, to provide supports that is a best match for their current neurology, is we follow a 3-level interoception approach. And this 3-level interoception approach is designed to be followed in a sequential way. So starting at the beginning at level 1 and then moving to level 2 and then finally getting to level 3. And what we see so often are professionals that are trying their very best to provide meaningful supports to clients with a history of trauma, and they are using supports that fall into our level 3, these cognitive, rational thought types of strategies, which many clients are not ready for. So where do we start? At level 1 in our framework is all about co-regulation. That's all of the things we can do to help promote those feelings of safety and regulation in our client. How we can teach those that are supporting that client, that are surrounding that client on a daily basis, what they can do to promote feelings of regulation and safety. What activities we can do together with the client to promote those feelings of safety and regulation. And also what we can do to the environment to maximize feelings of safety and regulation. So that's all about where level 1 is at. If our client is not feeling safe and regulated, their attention is going to be naturally pulled outside. They are going to most likely be hypervigilant on the external world, their environment around them, out of just protection for their bodies. They are going to be watchful, waiting for that next insult, that next thing that makes them feel unsafe, that sets off a stress response. Their attention is going to be pulled outward, scanning the environment for the next sign of danger. And so we need to help them to feel safe and regulated in order for them to be able to move to the next level, which is all about tuning their attention within. So at this point, then we move on to level 2. And level 2 is all about connection. It's connection to their body, to being able to playfully and safely explore the way their bodies feel during meaningful activities, and to begin connecting with those sensations, to be able to learn about their own unique interoceptive experience and connecting with that experience, understanding that experience for them, and also connecting with other people to promote those feel-good sensations within their bodies. And then once a person is really understanding their inner sensations and what these sensations mean for them, they're ready to move on to level 3. And level 3 is all about the action-based interoception piece. It's all about finding those feel-good activities that promote feelings of regulation and safety, and we're empowering the client to be able to start to seek those strategies out on their own when they are needed. And so this is where the rational cognitive thought comes in. So for example, thinking about like when I start to feel anxious, I can take 4 deep breaths or whatever it is true for them. That requires a lot of cognition. You need to be able to sort out how you're feeling and identify that feeling in the moment. You need to think about your feel-good strategies and what are those feel-good strategies that work for you in that moment with that emotion. That's a lot of cognitive work that's happening. And so many times, almost in all cases, I should say, a client is not ready for that type of work until they go through level 1, where they are co-regulated, promoting and maximizing feelings of regulation and safety. We're not expecting the client at that point to care for their own regulation needs. We're stepping in and offering support and comfort and teaching others to do the same. Then we get to level 2. The person's connecting with their body, learning about how their own inner experience, what that is and what that means for them. And then they're ready to move on to level 3 and exploring different feel-good activities and really learning to self-regulate. And so hopefully that 3-level approach helps, and hopefully this also really sheds light on the value and importance of incorporating interoception into the supports that we provide for our clients that have a history of trauma. Until next time.